We're going to try one more time. And there we go. Okay, so I jumped on here today to show you the new books catalogs that are going to start tomorrow. Salabration starts tomorrow, where you spend $50 and you get a free item, or you can spend $100 and get a different free item. And this is the mini catalog from July to December. It's kind of like our holiday mini. I can only show you the outsides of them until they go live tomorrow, but we have some interesting goodies that I bought from these catalogs. So let's get started with those. The first thing I bought was the Christmas Pinecone Dies. I did not buy the set, and I might later, but I decided to start out with the dies first. So I'm going to show you the dies. Here, this is one, and this is two, and then these are the pine cones. So I wanted to show you what they look like when you cut them out. Here they are. They're a little bit stuck to the back of my paper. So this is one which would be this die. See how the branches are kind of spaced out further? So I was thinking and then you cut out these early espresso parts with this part of the pinecone die. And then I thought if you put this on crumb cake paper, the other color would show right through. So that's that one. Here's some pine cones that I just did separately. The big pine cone and the little pine cone. This is what this one looks like. See, it gives you the solid pine cones. And what you could do there is you could go through and add this on top of this, which I did here. One of these I did. Oh, let me see. This is the one. This will go right on top. And so you wouldn't have to put 2 layers of the crumb cake, of the early espresso on. I was just playing around. And this one I did backwards. I should have did the brown on this side, then they would have fit underneath this one. So they kind of just would go together, and you would glue them down, and it would make it be a multi-tone leaves, and then you have your pine cones. Or I was thinking what you could do is just cut off some of these and have them come up behind your greeting or something, just to make some pine branches behind there. So there we go. There's this one. It just needs to have some early espresso put onto it. I just want to show you how you would do it. Then you would put the early espresso over it, and it would look like a pine cone. This is both together so that you have the different shades of the pine branches. So there you go. You can add some pine cones and branches to your Christmas cards. Let me get this out of the way without messing it up too bad. The next thing I bought was the Frosted Gingerbread set and the dies. So again, I've cut out some samples for you. These turned out so cute. I really like these. So let me set these here so you can see them. These are all cut out from the dies. I did not use the stamp set to make these. I just used the dies. Once I get these set up, I'll show you the dies. So, this is what I did. It also comes with, which I bought, was 6x6 craft paper. So that is the perfect color for gingerbread. And I used my sponge daubers with some early espresso and kind of sponged the edges so they would look a little crispy on the edges. And it's basically you cut the solid part out of the crumb cake, this part out of the white, and adhere them together, and I put a little red rhinestone in the middle to look like a candy. This piece is this long piece here, and then this is the piece that you're left when you cut that out. I thought that made a cute little border too. And then here are some peppermints. And like you can see, you can come up with lots of different sizes of peppermints. And then it also comes with 6x6 designer series paper, which I forgot to purchase. And I think that some of the items in that paper you can cut out with this solid die. But I don't actually have the paper here to show you to be sure that's true, but I've seen some where people have used it that way. So this is another bundle. Let me put this one out of the way now. This was so exciting to get all these new Christmas sets. Now this one I did not make any samples because they're just words. It's Merry Christmas, Season Greetings, Merry. Are the gingerbreads your favorite, Marianne? I think they're mine too. But wait till you see another one that I got, because then I fell in love with this other one. Friends like you make the season special. Love and joy come to thee, and make it last the whole year through. 'Tis the season. Have a holly jolly Christmas. May this be a Christmas to remember and cherish. Magic is in the air. So just a lot of good greetings for Christmas cards. So I didn't bother to stamp any of these or make any cards with these. I will in the future and use them as greetings. Okay, next I got the Peaceful Cabin and the Peaceful Cabin dies. These, oh, I don't know, I like these a lot too. So I'm going to lay out the pieces. This little bitty fence here. Notice how when you stamp it, it'll cut out this window spot and these back here, and it gives you a slope of snow. Here's one where it's just like a silhouette of the cabin. Here's some trees, here's a fence, and I did have the fox cut out, but he was so little, somehow when doing all this I lost him. So this one was used to cut out this in basic gray and in smoky slate, and it was used to cut out this one after I stamped it. Then for this one I took this cabin and I cut that out of the basic gray and I layered the smoky slate on the back. So I think that turned out really pretty. Thank you, Twyla. This is the cabin one that you and I were talking about. So, and here's the little fence. Here is the one for the fox. Here's the stars. You can make the whole background be stars. And then this is the one I used for the tree. So I used this to cut out the tree shape. Then I use these. And I cut out 2 tree shapes. One in Old Olive, one in Mossy Meadow. And then to get it to look like leaves, I use this with just cut out the little leaves on them. Or you can stamp some trees here and use these to cut them out with, or you can just cut them out of green paper. So I really like this set too. I think it'll make some nice Christmas cards. Okay, let me try to put this away so I don't lose any of the pieces. We're just rolling right along. Alright, here is the Reflected in Nature, which is the other cabin set. And I'm going to tell you, I really fell in love with this one. So here's the stamp set. It says, may your journey take you to many new and exciting places. Breathe deep. Each day is an adventure. Take time for you. And then there's this one stamp and this bird. But look at this. Doesn't this look like a photo? And all I did was stamp this in basic gray. So here's what it looks like. I used my stamp apparatus for it so that if I had a blank spot I could fill it in. So this is the top, this is the bottom. So I took my smoky slate and covered the bottom like this. And then I took my basic gray and did the top. I always did the lighter color before the darker color. And then I tried to cut it out so it looked like a photo, like I have some photos from in my scrapbook from the 1950s, but this is how their photos looked. They're in black and white, or gray and white. So I really like that. So then I decided, well, what other colors could I use? So this is Night of Navy, and Balmy Blue. This one did not turn out as clear because I had cleaned my stamp and then did this one right away. I think I needed to dry my stamp because I think it was still a little bit wet, and that's why it bled together. This one I did thinking that I could do some sepia things, so I did Early Espresso on the top and Soft Suede on the bottom. Another thing you could do is Soft Suede on the top and Crumb Cake at the bottom. Then I was thinking, well, what about Christmas? Now these I didn't cut, I was just playing, so they're not centered or anything because I was just playing. So I did Cherry Cobbler. I stamped off for the bottom and stamped Full Strength at the top because I thought that might make a good Christmas card in the Cherry Cobbler. And then this one is in the Evening Evergreen. I did the same thing. I stamped it. I inked the whole stamp, took a piece of paper and stamped off the bottom, and then used the stamp apparatus and stamped the whole thing down. And so that could be another good Christmas one. So, I don't know. I love this cabin one too. I'm kind of stuck between them all. Then there was a stamp set. Whenever you sell $1 million, when you get to $1 million in sales for Stamp Up, you get to create your own stamp set. So this is Frenchie Martin's stamp set that she designed. It's called After the Storm. And here is a card that I made with it. This one is in the regular big catalog. I just thought this card was so pretty. And it gives you a lot of different things. You could have for birthdays, for thinking of you, for sympathy, but a lot of these will come in handy. So I will be doing some more cards with this in the future too, but I wanted to show you this one. And I also got some accessories. I got these, which are gold leaves, like holly leaves, but they're gold. I'll try to lay it down there so you can see it. Both sides are gold. So these will look so pretty with the pine cones maybe. Or we still have the poinsettia set from last year, and these would look pretty with that. There are 2 different sizes, and I'll look on the back because I don't remember exactly how many you get of each. Oh, you get 30, so I think you get 15 of each size. Or there might be 3 sides. Let's see, there's 1 size, 2 sizes. Perhaps I should have read my descriptions better before I started this live. Okay, so there's 3 sizes and 30, so you get 10 of each size. Let me put these away. And then I bought these snowflakes, so let's open them and see. And you get 24 of these snowflakes. They're like an iridescent. Won't these just look so pretty on your cards? They're very delicate too. And they're like on glossy paper, so they have a shine to them. But they will just look beautiful to decorate some Christmas cards with. Then I got to get some free things with the money I spent out of Salabration. So the first thing I got was this sparkly paper. It's called Dazzling. And you get 8 6x6 sheets. Isn't it beautiful? Let's open it up. We can see it better. I haven't opened it up yet because I wanted to save that for showing you. Oh, look at that. I hope that you can see how shiny it is. It's just plain white on the back, but the front is so shiny. This will make some great Christmas bells or even some Christmas trees. Just lots of different dazzling things we could make for Christmas with that. And then I got the DSP celebration paper, which is called Peaceful Prints. So let's look and see what we get with that. This is the first sheet with a deer with plaid deers, and this is the back of that sheet. Here are like the birch trees, like we have the one embossing folder. And then on the back of the birch trees are candy cane stripes. We have some snowflakes on plaid. And on the back of the snowflakes with plaid, we have just the red plaid. We have some, now this is the paper that I think, this is garden green, I think would go perfect with the cabins as like a background for either one of the cabins, either the one that you cut out from the cardstock or the one that you can stamp. I just think that would look perfect. So let's see what's on the back of the trees. And it's little dots. Again, this would look pretty for Christmas. Any of these would look pretty for Christmas. Here's some snowflakes on the garden green. And on the back are some like pine branches or leaves, needles. That's what you call them. You wouldn't call them leaves, needles. Then the last one is Sierra Sand Reindeer and Sierra Sand Plaid. So this would be kind of a neutral that you could use, and it goes perfect with the real red or the garden green. So let me just be sure I'm right on these colors. Let me read the back of it. The colors are basic black, cherry cobbler, garden green, real red, and Sierra Sand. So you can tell cherry cobbler is the darker red, and Real red is the brighter red. And this is all garden green. I just thought maybe this looked a little too dark to be garden green, but I guess not. So one more thing. This is another free set. You spend $100 and you get this set. It's called Delicate Dahlias. And Wednesday, I'm going to have a video to show you how beautiful this set is using our pastels. It just comes out beautiful. Again, it's got some nice words. You inspire me. Sending heartfelt sympathy. Oh, so happy for you and thank you kindly. So if you can join me again on Wednesday, I will be glad to show you some things that we can do with this. And I'm going to do some things with those other sets also and do some more videos on them. I just wanted to kind of give you a sneak peek since it all starts tomorrow so you can get your list ready to see what you would like to purchase. Celebration will run from August through the end of September, and the mini catalog is good from August 3rd until December 31st, I think. Let me just check, because sometimes it goes into January. Until January 3rd. So August 3rd to January 3rd is this one. This one is August the 3rd till September the 30th. And it's the celebration. We have celebration 2 times this year. So yay! We get to get free things. I love getting free things. Thank you all for joining me this afternoon. And if you have any ideas what you'd like to see with some of these sets, you can just comment in the bottom and I will try to see if I can make them. Have a great afternoon. Bye.